She's sexy girl, so she wanna give me it. What's the next bit?
Don't pretend you don't know.
She's sexy girl, so she wanna give me it.
No, say it now. I want you to say the phrase now. You've put yourself in this position.
I don't know the next line. When me fuck pussy, pussy turn red. Gymnastic,
now the pussy dead.
And welcome to the Screen Rot Podcast, the podcast where we discuss the weirdest and worst content that's been right on our screens and indeed our minds. Shout out to everyone who subscribed to this podcast on either Apple, Spotify or YouTube. You're doing us a massive favour. Not as big a favour as the patrons. Freemasons, £3.99 a month. They're getting all of that, plus an extra episode every single week. They're getting access to tickets earlier than everyone else, but not as much as the Illuminati, top tier, £5.99 a month. All of that, plus access to weird group chats and a nice hat on their head. Big shout out to Eugene, who runs our Twitter account, maybe sent by God, and a big wink and a kiss.
Sent by God.
Mwah, to the ladies and the homosexuals who listen, who are, in my opinion, some of the most gorgeous and sexy ladies and homos in the United Kingdom. I'm here as always with Jake Farrell and Vittorio Angelone, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
I saw you having to deal with the length of that introduction as you were getting used to it as well.
I like it. Jacob's very good at little hooks, little recurring
Little
features.
bits and bobs.
He's a big bits and bobs.
He's a big bits and bobs
I'm a
man.
bits and bobs guy.
He's a wheeler dealer of bits and bobs.
I
Chappy.
think, so it was initially, and this is the thing now, I initially did it because of Joe Budden. Do you listen to the Joe Budden
You
podcast?
told me when you were on our podcast about Joe Budden,
Yeah.
just be like saying, like fucking off every other rapper at the start of every podcast.
Yeah, it's great.
Of like, fuck you, fuck you,
Yeah,
fuck you,
but
fuck you.
Good luck to the other podcasts trying to keep up with us. Like, all that, it's fucking
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
But what he does.
Fuck the off menu podcast.
This is it, yes, yeah. Have you been on that? No, well, yeah, fuck
I
it.
really, I tried. I tried.
We've-
But it's
And
hard.
now,
Like,
fuck the off menu.
because you have to remember the fucking demographics. It's like the straight white guys that have been on off menu are like Steve Coogan, Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Like it's like, what the fuck are we
big
talking
echelon
about?
stuff.
They've had. I'm trying to think. Have they had anyone? They haven't even had like Josh Pugh, have they? He's like the palatable straight white guy. I mean,
yeah,
Wait,
but
disabled.
he's I didn't blind. I was gonna say fucked.
He's fucked. No, he's blind.
Well, yeah, he is. I mean, like
He's a blind, like,
he's
international
blind.
athlete.
Yeah, exactly.
He could go on as a footballer.
But this is my point. It's like I don't know if it's like, oh yeah, but he's got a physical disability. What, a wand of a left foot? Like I don't know if we need to give Josh that much.
Do you ever hug Josh Pugh and you just go,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Uh-oh,
Serious stuff.
he is the back. It's
Yeah.
like a
It's
mountain.
rippling.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he always like, he's quite baggy clothes, but then you just go, fuck off.
I'd be wearing vests a lot more if I was him.
Well, but he's also got like the hot rod haircut to kind of like.
What
put
a
you-
reference. What
Yeah, but you know,
Not sure I know
that is,
Hot
isn't
Rod.
it?
I
That is
love
the-
Hot
that is-
Rod.
that
What's
is-
Hot Rod?
Have you never watched Hot Rod?
No.
It's sort of in that world of like Superbad, Zoolander.
It was an early one, though, wasn't
like
it?
it was
an
the
early one.
early
Okay.
adopter of that, but it's a guy who wants to be a daredevil.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
it Andy Samberg?
Yeah.
Wants to be a
And
daredevil.
he's got like tight curl hair.
Well, but it's that very specific kind of 70s kind of
Nice.
long, kind of a fringe. Like
Okay,
I
sounds like my
honestly-
wheelhouse.
I don't know what Josh would have asked for if not
The hot rod.
a hot rod haircut.
Just a picture of the DVD
it's that,
cover.
yeah, it's that, man. But, you
Is
know,
that your next hair adventure? A perm? You could perm.
That would be
next?
class,
I'm
yeah.
thinking now that like when it comes for
Who
like,
can do a sponcon hot rod for you?
I might go long. I might go long hair.
Yeah?
And I've always had a face that's. I don't think I do anymore, but I used to have a face that was too effeminate for long hair. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I had long hair as a boy, and everyone did just think I was a girl. Like
I got that a lot.
Did
yeah,
you?
so you've
I
got
have,
pretty face.
I have beautiful eyes, and it's a problem.
Yeah. He's got hereditary.
You heard it here first.
He's got. I mean, I like.
I was misgendered a lot as a boy.
Yeah.
I-
They
I-
don't talk about how difficult it was for you coming up as a comedian with eyes that beautiful, do they?
See, I would say they're beautiful eyes.
You had to go
And
to towns up and down the
and-
country where they've laughed at your effeminate eyes.
I would say that.
That's actually anytime I do like a sort of out of town, out of London gig,
Yeah.
where it's a slightly older audience, all I fucking get after the gig is old women going, "You have lovely eyes."
Yeah.
Did this ever happen? Like, wow, that just provoked something in me. Did this ever happen to you when you were growing up? It was a common thing when I was a kid that if your mum introduced you to a mate of your mum's or someone like a middle-aged lady, it would be a common thing for them to be like, "Oh, if I was a few years younger." Did you ever get that?
Yeah.
Or upwards. It's like your mum's friend would kind of hint she wants to fuck you.
Yeah, big time.
Or if you were, I guess, a good-looking kid, they would hint that you're going to fuck other people. It's
Yeah.
like, he's going to break
He's
some
going to break a few
hearts.
hearts.
The modern equivalent of that is he's gonna ghost someone, isn't he? He's gonna,
yeah. He's gonna be
he's gonna
very
double tick a few
problematic.
girls,
I wouldn't
isn't he?
mind fucking your son, Joanna. What a beautiful boy.
And if I don't, he's gonna fuck someone else.
Yeah, if I can't get me minge in there, he's going to be going through half of Stevenage.
Not to be so hack, but like imagine people like your uncle saying that to a teenage girl. She can be a right fucking slag when she's older.
If I was a few years younger.
If I was a few years younger. Oh, she's gonna give some erections when she gets older.
She's gonna have a serious amount of abortions.
I knew you before facial hair. Before you had like the facial hair.
Yeah.
And
This
what-
is all grown out.
You were kind of boy face. What's the word to describe that? Like young
Boy
face.
Cherubic?
Huh?
Cherubic?
Yeah, cherubic will do.
What do people
Baby
say?
face?
Babyface.
Yeah,
Babyface.
Ollie Gunnar
You were sort of
Solskjaer.
babyface. I was kind of babyface, and
Yeah.
I've got long eyelashes, so I used to get the eye thing
I've got
sometimes as
long
well.
eyelashes
But it
too.
depends who you're talking to. Like my women will say, "You've got nice eyelashes." Oh, I wish I had eyelashes like yours. Oh God, imagine if I had eyelashes like him. Or like being babyface, like you've got nice skin.
Right.
I remember my mate Big Dave, different demographic when I was growing up. A girl goes, "Yeah, he's got nice eyes, hasn't he?" Like referring to my eyelashes, and he went, "He's got the watery eyes of a gay." That's how he described my eyes. The watery eyes. I said to him, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You look like you're about to cry." As if that's what gays do.
Why do you think that the wateriness of your eyes is detracted? Because you've got very dry hands, haven't you? Do people know that
Do
about
you think that's where the hydration
I
went?
wonder maybe if you've mishydrated, your body's
My hands give the impression that I live a much harder life than I actually do.
Yeah, you've
Yeah,
got
God,
the...
they're
yeah.
grizzled. I'm very stressed at the minute, so mine are sort of peeling off a little bit, but I'm generally a soft-handed man.
You're a
But
soft-handed boy.
you're a handy guy because Vittorio got his haircut in the barber shop that I'm associated with recently,
Right.
and you were recognised in there not for comedy but for your percussion skills.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was
Told.
fucking
I was
crazy.
told.
It's just somebody who went to the youth department of the music college that I went to.
Right.
So I was like working there, and I just knew him. And this guy Zach, who's like a trumpet player.
That's
and
amazing.
he was just like, "Oh yeah, percussionist." And fucking Tino, the barber, was like, "What the fuck
It's
is
a fucking
happening?"
podcaster.
I think that's what they
He's a
were like.
comedian.
Show some respect
Yeah.
for fuck's sake.
I think they heard someone go, "Are you Vittorio Angelone?"
Yeah.
And they went, "Here we go. They're going to know him. They're going to know
Yeah,
him from
yeah,
a
yeah.
podcast." It's like, no. It's like, oh, the famous xylophone player.
Yeah. Can I just say your rendition in that piece we did was absolutely stunning. Shut up. Shout noise at him or fuck off. Give him his credit.
You're looking very well, Vittorio. You're looking very trim.
Thank you. Lost 2.5 stone.
Did you?
Yeah. In about 6 months.
Fair play.
You know the personal trainer that we ignored?
Yeah.
He listened to it.
He listened to
And
it. That's what's on offer.
fucking good.
Yeah. His hands are peeling
Good
to
work.
fuck, but other than that, he's all right.
Yeah. That's mental health. I need a personal trainer for my mental health.
Yeah.
I need somebody telling me.
So is
what's
that
the-
your sign of like mental stress? Your hands start going.
Yeah, just the skin peels off like these bits.
Wow.
But it's fine.
If you had to play the xylophone now, you'd be fucked as well.
Yeah, well, symbols would certainly be an issue. That kind of stuff. But
2.5 stone. That is quality.
it's and a lot of. It's a frustrating time to have done that. Big Ozempic accusations flying around.
But that's great reflection on your career, I think, because they're saying you're someone of a stature that would have access to and need for Ozempic. So
Although
that's
that's
going to
be like on the NHS. So, like they were going to give like what's
Oh,
it
so
called?
the proles are going to get it. People without podcasts.
Manjaro.
Manjaro.
Yeah, apparently
Kilimanjaro.
there's a politician who's trying to like put a bill in
Yeah, I think
through
it's
the
a label.
Commons.
position.
Yeah, that's
No, I
streeting.
think-
It's
I
about
think
streeting.
Yeah, I mean, I can get it on Telegram. If anyone needs Ozempic or Manjaro, I can get it on Telegram.
Absolute rocket fuel.
Yeah. 0.6.
10 out of 10 Ozempic delivered to
2
your
for 1.
door. All
You've
the
never shit so
flavours.
much in your
all
life.
the flavors.
Is that
Working
what
all
happens?
night.
Do you just shit loads or what?
No,
No,
you just
apparently the
don't
Ozempic is just like it stops the impulses.
This
Apparently,
is it.
if you're a gambling addict and you take Ozempic,
Is
you're-
it?
You
you're
can do
cool.
it for anything.
Wow.
You can use it for anything.
Smoking,
It's a
anything.
wonder drug. You could use it for anything. Anything that you have like an impulse for, a craving for,
Mhm.
your little button that you press that makes you feel good, it can fix you.
I honestly think I would be much less sort of productive as a comedian because I think the craving I have
I was
is like
gonna say-
I was about to say-
validation.
That was what I was going to say. Can it switch off the constant need for validation? We wouldn't have to fucking sit and do this. We could go for a beer.
Yeah, I'd stop going to the top secret comedy club where I've caught COVID 3 times.
Stop going to fucking Istanbul to get your head stapled.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know what I would take it for, but I would love to give it a go. It'd be amazing because I think it would reveal to you what your impulses are. Do you know what I mean? If it's like you're not
Right.
doing it for food.
It's like the Mirror of Erised in Harry Potter.
it. What
tells
is
Shows you what you desire most.
Yeah, what is it? If me and you just stop chatting to
God.
each other, this is our unhealthy impulse.
Fucking putting Jacob Hawley in front of the Harry Potter mirror, man. What is going to be looking back at the other side? It's a load of monkeys with cymbals. Yeah, that's quality.
That's nice. I like that.
So you're okay. Ozempic accusations. You've come on specifically to scotch those accusations.
Yeah, I'm squashing the allegations,
Yeah.
man.
This
There's
has all been
rumours
done
have
the real way.
swirling. Yeah.
It's all been done Zach Southall's proprietary calorie deficit method.
But I did it in such. When I eat manage my calories, I do it in such a psycho way where it's like
Oh, please tell
one
me
chicken breast for breakfast, one chicken breast for lunch, and a Five Guys for dinner.
Yeah.
As
Wow.
long as it adds up to the number I'm looking for, I'm happy.
This is what I would do. This is what I
Oh,
would do.
man, this is
I would
quality.
often get like a really naughty takeaway on the way home from a gig.
Yeah.
But then just starve myself for a bit longer the next day.
Yeah.
And I did a food podcast. I won't name the comedian, but she had a food podcast. And I nice comedian who I've got on with for years. I've never listened to her podcast. She's
Right.
like, do you want to come on? Yeah, sweet. I didn't realise it was a podcast that was all about like, you don't need to feel guilty about eating. This is a safe space where there's no
Fucking
kind of...
sneaky mental health podcasts piss me
This
off.
is it. I didn't know.
Have the balls.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then so I record it and I was like, yeah, intermittent fasting, bosh. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, here's the trick with eating, darling, right? If you ever get hungry, eat whatever the fuck you want and just starve yourself for a couple of days later because we know it feels good to be skinny, don't we? And I didn't realise that's just the tone in which I do podcasts.
Yeah.
And she was like, she didn't say, but she was like, yeah, great pod today. Have a listen back. Let me know if there's anything you want clipped. I listened back. She had to do a trigger warning before I went on. Being like, he says some quite toxic things about eating habits. I think he's joking, but do know that if you need support or if you want
Oh no!
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do the Five Guys method on that podcast.
But it's true. It's true.
If it adds up to
There's
1,800
no-
calories, you're
That's it.
flying.
There's no cheating. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. Calories are calories. If
Right.
you move more than you fucking eat, you lose a bit of weight. If you want to eat all the trash in the fucking world and you're happy to starve yourself for 3 days, I say, why not attach a cause to it? Really?
Right.
I might start claiming that the reason I haven't eaten for 2 days is not because I had a crystal kebab on Holloway Road the night before. It's because
No.
I'm protesting the signing
Yeah.
of Noni Madueke.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do good in the world.
The Chinese occupation of Tibet is really getting on your nerves.
Did you
Yeah.
see the woman in Ireland who did a hunger strike for Gaza recently? And it was like a week. And it was like, so
How did
That
she?
could
How
be
did
an
she?
intermittent
How did
fast.
she?
That's not long enough
like
to be
it
honest.
wasn't like, I mean, fair play for trying to do something for a good cause
Yeah.
or whatever, but she was like, it was starting to affect my mental health. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why
Yeah.
it's a challenge. Yeah.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
Bobby Sands was having the time of his life?
He wrote some pretty sad poems during that period.
Yeah, have a look at
actually.
those poems. That man with good mental health.
It's like you get to November and like, you know, other people in the year, they've done marathons, they've done all sorts, they've really put themselves through it. It's like, do you know what I'm going to do to be really brave for men's mental health? I'm going to grow a moustache. It's like, that's what everyone fucking does
Yeah.
anyway, mate. Like,
That's how it started.
Exactly.
Was that a Movember tash?
It was in November
it suited you, you
to
kept
just
it.
try it, and then it's my girlfriend loves the mustache.
Right.
I don't really fucking care.
Yeah, nice.
I sort of like now I'm like used to it, so it'd be
Right, right.
weird. Like when I see a picture of me without it, I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Oh, you've had it for that long. It's like, yeah.
But it's entirely my girlfriend being very pro mustache.
I think, how would you perform the embarrassing climb down of having to stop the hunger strike after a week?
She
I
had a
think-
watermelon, which was still like Palestine-y. She was like,
Oh my God.
Still shout out to you
themed
guys.
food. Jacob
Shout out
having
to
a
you
Tibetan
guys.
curry after 2 days. 48 hours.
I'm enjoying these momos, but only because it helps the people of. Right, should we do a podcast?
We better do a podcast at some
yeah,
point.
Should we do it? We're talking about a guy who, I mean, you've met, crucially.
yeah.
I think
If
it's
you
the
can
first-
call
This
it
is
that.
a
I think
first
I
for
met
us.
him. I don't know if he met me. Does that make sense?
You were behind a camera.
he was on another planet.
He's in a different realm.
He had 6 joints in the time of
During?
recording Finn versus
Fuck
Internet.
me.
Should we do a cut on, cut off? Yeah.
Yeah,
This
we can do
week
that.
We
yeah.
are talking about the wonderful world of Mr. M.R.
Oi, get on this. He's a funny cunt. Like that's the thing. Nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
like honestly, so many times when doing Finn versus the Internet, for people that don't, I'm like there every episode, a
Right.
co-creator of Finn versus the Internet, and he was funny as fuck. So he shows up, and he's already had a spliff. Like when he wakes up and just gets high.
He's awake and baked.
He's never not high.
Okay.
He's always just on the fucking moon. And he shows up and he's just like, I'm not a like very like starstruck person, I don't think.
Right.
But it was so crazy. And it often is because you spend like weeks looking at this person when you're writing Finn versus the internet and like figuring out what they're doing and watching all the videos and shit. And then, but for the first time, this guy walks in and I'm just like, it's just so crazy that you're a real guy.
It's because he's a remarkable man.
It's
like it's an unbelievable man. It's not even like meeting. It's like meeting a Pokemon. Like he's so strange.
Hit the bell. Hit the bell.
It's like meeting an alien. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, it's real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
what's going on here?
I've seen it on camera, but he's actually like that. Do you know? That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that he's living up to the character as well. He's not
Yeah.
not getting there and he's like, hello, I'm Terrence.
That would be shit.
Yeah.
That would be shit if he was Kent until the camera turned on and then he was Kingston. That would be rubbish.
If he was a Pokemon, we called Charmander. Charmander, maybe?
Charmander, I'll take that. I'll take Charmander. So you obviously research. I mean, I've watched most of Finn versus the Internet. It's obviously like one of the best shows I think has been made, like TV, internet, whatever. But like MDotR, did like you led that series with him, right? He was the first from that latest series.
He was, yeah.
And I assume that decision was made in the edit when you were like, "This is the best one we got in the can."
Well, yeah, and he was the perfect balance of. I think for Finn versus the Internet, they need to either be switched on or not have a clue, but be high energy. Like it's one or the other. If they sort of have a clue and like are a bit aggy about stuff that they don't understand, then that's really tricky. Or if they're Elbrook, who had no idea what was happening, didn't understand any joke that we made at any point, and was just trying to like make Finn uncomfortable by flirting with him, and like Finn's just Teflon,
right.
Yeah,
like you can't get him.
No.
He's never uncomfortable, ever. So
Yeah,
this lady's like, oh,
situation.
I'd like that, and he was like, shut up, I fucking like you.
but he can do that because he can kind of like he's like, yeah, I guess I'm in character as me.
It's like he's a half sidestep away from himself the whole time. It's cool.
When you like, he's effectively been like, I'm actually not going to buy into any of the conventions of social interaction here. Like, you can't get him at that point that, like, where she's like, oh, if I say this, you have to say this, and he's like, no, I fucking don't.
Yeah.
Like, that's great.
It's my show. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. And if I want to save myself in the edit, I might.
That's an interesting thing that you say that, because like one of the reflections I had when I was watching it is like, how do you come across well in this forum? Do you know what I mean? And I think, like, I remember Jack Mate came across pretty well. I thought Chris Williamson came across really well.
Absolutely.
And I think it is, you just have to go in and be like, I've got no control of this situation whatsoever. I have to entirely surrender all control and just laugh.
I think MDotR comes across really well.
Yeah, but that's because he doesn't have a fucking clue.
I think there's bits where he kind of
does. He does come across well.
I think at some point he kind of gets the game a bit.
Yes.
He also sticks up for himself enough that he's not being completely trampled. You know, the Top Jaw boys, they took their pegging like good private school boys do.
Yeah,
right?
Where
They took their medicine. Where there were times where
actually.
MDotR was like, this is out of order, right? And it's like, yeah, fair enough. Okay, you know.
You don't want to come across as too subservient either, I don't think.
No, exactly.
Like,
He's, you know, Rastafari, no surrender. Rastafari, no regret. Like, he stood up for himself at points.
It's just great to hear that live.
But yeah, but also you got him good. But it's how could, like, you could put him on anything. Like, obviously, I think you're an unbelievable comedian, as is Horatio, as is Finn. You got a great show. You could skew at anyone, right? But if MDotR just did the one show, it's impossible for it not to be funny.
He just knows. It's not even, people say like to do well on like TV and shows like that and like on panel stuff, you need to know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just need to know like the meme of you.
Yeah.
And he is so aggressively aware of the meme of him and doesn't push back against it.
Yeah.
He's like staring into the skid at all times, where it's just like, oh, you think I'm this mad? He knows.
Well,
He's
I'll
like,
be that.
yeah, I'm from Kent.
I'll be that.
Yeah.
I'm the most. He showed up in a fucking like mad like Rasta tracksuit thing that had so much green on it, and we were like, "It's a green screen."
It will look like you've got.
I'm sure you told him that as well.
We can't. You have to change.
Had you said to him you can't wear green?
Yeah, of course, of course, because it's a green room. The whole room is green. There's nothing we can do if
And
you're
also,
angry.
he's like done like media stuff
Yeah.
for like 10 years. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't just put like, I know he kind of like rose to prominence last year, but like he had been around for a while.
Yeah,
He's seen a
yeah.
green screen before.
Oh, if there's one thing you can say about MDotR, he's been around, man.
Yeah,
Don't worry
yeah.
about that.
Well, he's about 40, isn't he? He's not young.
Yeah, he was older. I can't remember the exact age he said when he came in, but he's certainly older than I was expecting him
Yeah.
to say that he was. And it's crazy age to have cornrows.
Should we-
It's
should we-
any age as a white guy to have cornrows is crazy.
Yeah, I was
but,
going
like,
to say
40's mad.
40s.
Cornrows, no mortgage. That's bad.
Yeah. I would say that correlation, white guys with any kind of braid or dreadlock and mortgage rates, I'd
Yeah.
say there's not many of them. Do you know
That
what I mean?
Venn
Two
diagram.
two circles.
Yeah,
yeah.
Two separate circles. And they're like 45 kilometers between the two as well. There's not even a sliver of. Oh, okay, no, yeah. If you are a white guy with cornrows, or I think I'd throw dreadlocks into that mix as well, actually.
Yeah, big time.
Any of that.
I think
yeah.
if you've
got a landlord.
yeah, you've got, yeah.
And I'd say your relationship
you're
with them
s-
isn't great.
It's
Yeah.
so funny. You're so anti-establishment, but you're so under the thumb of the establishment.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the
You're
same
propping
time.
up landlords all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we watch a clip? Should we watch a bit of
Yeah, this is a
Finn
clip.
versus
The first
internet
clip
with
is,
MDotR, in case anyone hasn't seen it.
So this is MDotR on his appearance on Finn versus the Internet.
Shot.
Sorry?
Getting one buck shot.
And what part of Jamaica are you from?
I'm from here. I'm from UK.
You're from the UK?
Yeah. I was originally born in Kent and I grew up in Lewisham, South London.
You're a struggling musician, and then you have this stroke, and you wake up
Yeah.
speaking like this.
Yeah.
For many people, that changes their life, but you sort of lent into it, and you woke up, you started speaking like this. You look down, your dick's huge, and you can't remember you've got kids. You think, I must be Jamaican, and so you sort of lent into it.
Management, what's happening
You
here?
sort of
Hey, management.
and obviously you're from the island
Yeah.
of Sheppey, but still it's an island. Isn't it? But you know that woman from Devon who woke up speaking Chinese, she just had a local news feature, and that was it. You've got 20 million streams on Spotify.
I think like you say, the first two years there, when Finn's going like, oh, you had a stroke and you woke up, he's going, yeah, and he doesn't know, he's not yet quite cottoned on to the joke. You know what I mean? I think it's about 4 years in that he realizes he's being done over.
And then he shouts management.
Were they
And
there?
He has a manager in the room, but it is his mate
It's just a guy.
from Sheppey who's just like smoking a joint. Like he's out on the terrace. And also we sort of deliberately, like there's a funny moment in the episode where he tries to leave.
Tries to walk off.
He
doesn't
tries to walk off, but we put all the cameras in such a way that there was no way out. So he just sort of fucking sat back down
Guess I'm
again.
here then.
He's like, fine, keep being mean to me. I don't know, whatever.
But do you know
Oh,
where,
so
where I do I don't want to say feel sorry for him because that feels patronising, right? Because he is really funny in it.
Yeah.
But like, have you ever tried to do anything while stoned? Have you ever tried to like write an email? Or I've said this, but like write an invoice, but like complete admin, clean up your room while stoned. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like I've had to do that in the past, and it's like, imagine being responsible of a client of yours who is being fucking killed, who cannot escape a TV set, and you're there stoned, feeling like you have to do something about it. Like your brain would be fucking.
He didn't feel like he
No, I
had
was going
do
to say he's out on the
anything.
veranda by the sounds
He
of things.
was fully just like chilling. Absolutely just.
You know, in the like
whatever.
the parlance of like the rap game, there's like the rapper, and then there's like the weed carrier friend who's just there to like get done by the police if they accidentally get caught or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
In that relationship, like who's the weed carrier for
Well,
them?
yeah,
Is he?
this
Is
is
he?
it.
That's. It felt like he was less of a manager, more of a weed carrier.
Right, he's more of a
Type
guy. Yeah, okay.
Sort of a fixer. Well, this is what's weird in music is they all have these managers that are just like their pals.
Yeah.
His manager's not a real job.
Right.
Like
No,
it doesn't
exactly.
have a job description. It's just an overarching view of like strategy
Yeah.
broadly. Because the problem with music, and it's sort of entering into comedy, is everyone's trying to fuck you at every single turn.
Yeah, that seems to be a common theme from people that I talk to.
Yeah.
Everyone's got the big dildo out and they're looking for somewhere to ram it, right? That's-
Absolutely. So you just need your stoned mate to be like, oh.
Yeah.
I'd
that's
also
no
say
good.
like nowadays, like the margins aren't wide enough for like most musicians to be able to really afford to pay a manager properly.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
touring is so expensive for a touring musician now. No one buys CDs. Like, you know, fucking Kate Nash is doing OnlyFans. Lily Allen's got foot content and a podcast, and
You're
it's
very
like
au fait with these matters, the various ladies doing OnlyFans content.
I don't watch porn, but I've been made aware of this.
Yeah,
But like, as we were describing it then, I was like, yeah, how much of like, you know, MDotR's manager is smoking weed. It's like, how much weed can you afford on 15% of MDotR? Do you know what I mean? Like, where are the earnings? And this is where I feel sorry for him, because it's like, I think he was great on that
For
thing.
sure.
And you forget, that was like at the end of last year. He was massive then. I mean, do you want to like, it was funny because it was Christmas. He came up at Christmas.
Yes.
Do you want to show the video that I sent you of me and my son? So yeah, MDotR, like, it was like a kind of second wave of fame. Because I remember him going viral years ago, and he was a meme. It was like, you know, when you try, you know, jerk chicken for the first time, and it's people.
It was all like Jamie Oliver's Jerk Rice.
That's it. Yeah.
That's
But then this was like his second, and it was that song. It was Turn Red.
Yeah.
And like unironically, I got so into it.
You were listening as a fan.
Mate, I was putting it on every morning while I was making breakfast.
Do you think there's anyone who heard the song before they saw the man?
and didn't realise
And they just
it's a guy from the Isle of Sheppey?
were really into it.
There's a
and then-
fantastic new reggae artist now. He's as authentic as they come.
I mean, my dad, I've said this before, my dad had a similar thing with, do you know the Scissor Sisters?
Yes.
He might, like...
Thought it was ladies?
He thought they were black ladies, yeah.
That's what he likes.
Like,
He doesn't
genuinely,
like gay
so
white guys.
my dad, like, he's mainly prog rock, but I think he sort of likes a bit of Diana Ross, you know, 'cause he was growing up in that time, and he was like, I don't know if you've heard they're called the Scissor Sisters, to be fair to them, right?
Yeah, no,
And
it's all there.
My dad genuinely bought the album, and he was like, oh, she's so soulful, she's like Diana Ross, and I just remember they were like the TV or like Top of the Pops of it. I was like, and he was like, I don't know who this is doing a Scissor Sisters song. I was like, no, this is the Scissor Sisters.
These guys
What
are
a
remarkable. They
nightmare.
sound exactly
What a
like them.
fucking
You can just see my
nightmare
dad's
that
brain
is.
just breaking. Like, what? It's like, but then maybe that happened with MDotR. But this is how big that song got. I was unironically into it to the point that someone filmed this on Christmas Day.
Right.
This is
Christmas Day?
me
Gets
and
worse and
my
worse.
then 10-month-old son bopping along to a bit of MDotR in the kitchen.
Push turn red. Now the pussy dead.
That's the first song my son ever listened to. That's,
You can't do that.
Was it
Most
my-
kids get the wheels on the bus.
My-
He gets the pussy. The dog goes bark. The pussy turns
Turns red.
red.
this is it.
When daddy fucked pussy, now the pussy dead.
Pussy's pregnant again.
God,
You're
the
gonna have a
poor
little sister,
cunt's
boy.
Oedipal complex on him.
I worry that this is going to be like the origin story for the next MDotR. Like this is maybe what happened to MDotR as a kid. Is
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
grew up
yeah.
in a household where they were listening to that kind of music, and subconsciously he
Right.
just became
S. Hawley, yeah.
This is
S. Hawley on the track, yeah.
my son in 20 years' time.
Like, did he? I mean, he got into it a bit in the episode, but did he say anything more about the kind of like the Rachel Dolezal aspect of it all, where he kind of like he admires the culture so much,
He just loves
he
it.
just loves it so much, and they've
And
kind of
he's-
welcomed him as well, haven't they?
Yeah, people like are on board. I always laugh at this sort of cultural appropriation accusation
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Have you seen the guy that dresses up in like the most horrific caricature of Mexican people like you've ever seen? It's like he's wearing a full colorful poncho,
Wow,
mustache, sombrero,
That's
and he
class.
goes around LA with like a little guitar.
Right.
Being like, "Ding-ding, do you think my accent is offensive? Do you think my outfit is offensive? And all these white people in LA are like, yeah, I just don't think you should be wearing that. You're not respecting the culture.
Right.
And then he goes to Mexico City and they're all like, yeah, fucking this guy's so cool. And they all look the same. Like, they all look like
yeah,
that.
that's amazing.
We did an episode last week about a geezer in Ohio, skinny like American kid who for some reason has just got really into Scouse culture. Like out of nowhere, found it on TikTok, and like everyone else in Ohio will be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Every Scouse person on TikTok is like, "Fucking boss lad, he's one of wet lad," and it's like you would. I mean, like you.
Painting his bin purple and shit. Like,
This kid is like he's gonna go that far.
calling people from Kansas wolves.
Yeah,
That's
calling
honestly,
wolves and stuff.
he calls people charver. Like I'm a fucking charver, man. Like.
Yeah,
But
it's good
you're
stuff.
an interesting person to talk to about this because you're a multicultural man. You're
I'm a
you're a
multicultural
man
man,
from
yeah.
Northern Ireland. You are
I would say like I'm sort of a multinationality man, but I don't think
No,
There's
your
no-
culture
there's
is North London.
the-
Your culture is North London.
But I'm not like culturally Italian fucking at all. Like, you know, there's like weird stuff I grew up with, but it's not
Right.
like there's just the odd cultural event that we went to that was like, oh, like everybody didn't do that? Like
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
thing
yeah.
called La Befana. Have you ever heard of La
No.
Befana? So it's the Italian, and not like everywhere around the world now just has Santa.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it used to be a bit more fun. Where
Yeah.
like, you know, the German one that
variations.
like steals kids,
Yes.
the
And the
Krampus or
blackface
whatever.
one from Holland.
Zwarte Piet.
Zwarte Pitte.
Yeah, they all still dress up as that.
do, yeah.
And he's called Black Pete.
MDotR would love that.
Have you not
stuff.
seen the blackface Netherlands people?
You not seen that?
There's also like Dutch football fans recently dressing up as Ruud Gullit
Yeah,
at games.
the Dutch are a lot
They're
going
playing
on
it
there.
pretty fast and loose with
yeah,
that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. There's, and I don't think it's like with the Mexican fella going to Mexico City. I don't think if those lads went to Kingston were like, hey, what do you think? Do you like? I don't think.
I don't think that's
different
gonna
reaction
die
maybe.
very well.
So you had an Italian one. You had a La Befana.
La Befana. So basically, the story is that when the three wise men were looking for Jesus in Bethlehem, like following the star, because I don't know if you've ever tried to find a stable that's underneath a star. It's a pretty broad fucking point on a map
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
like, are we under this? It's like trying to find somebody at a festival. You're like, you said it was fucking. I'm
By
by
the taco stand.
delay 4. That speaker says delay 4 on it. For
Come
fuck's
to the
sake.
bar. Just
I
come
think
to
there's another
the
speaker
bar.
that says delay
The-
4 on
come
it.
to the bar.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm by the toilet.
by the
so that's
toilet.
just the grass, man.
By the entrance. Which one?
There's a big flag. I'm under the big flag.
Under the
Fuck you.
Palestine
I'm under
flag.
the Palestine flag. Find me.
I'm at
Find
kneecap
me.
and I'm under the Palestine flag.
I'm under the Palestine flag at kneecap.
Fuck's sakes. I remember a guy tried to fight me on St. Patrick's Day once at the SU when I was at uni. And it was like he kept like giving me really dirty looks on the dance floor. And I sort of went up to him and I was like, hey man, like have I done something?
Right.
Have I done something to you? And he was like, you know what you did. And I was like, what? I truly don't. I really can't explain to you how much I don't know what I've done here. And he was like, man, it's just rude. If somebody buys you a drink, you need to buy them a drink back. And I was like, okay, you've definitely got the wrong person because I'm playing in the band tonight. So I'm not buying any drinks and I'm not being bought any drinks. I just get drinks
Right.
as part of this. And he was like, nah, man, my brother bought you a drink and you were just really fucking rude about it. And I was like, again, nobody's bought me a drink all night. And he was like, nah, he said it was the guy in the Ireland football top. And I was like, it's St. Patrick's Day. Every cunt in here is in an Ireland top. I'll fucking kill you.
Probably all the opal one as well, right?
Yeah,
the really
The-
nice
the
one.
exact-
That's fucking incredible.
I mean, the way if that had been this summer, I honestly would have believed it was Paul Mescal because he's at every social event going wearing a fucking
Yeah,
Irish
yeah.
shirt.
Man,
He's been everywhere
the
this summer.
fucking that Finsbury Park Kneecap Fontaines gig. I was looking through my collection of like Celtic and/or Ireland tops, being like, "There's gonna be a million of all
Yeah,
of
which
these
one?
for fuck's sake." So I ended up
Yeah,
wearing
yeah.
that Art of Football Guinness,
Oh, yeah,
like
the purple
football
one, yeah.
because it's less like green or whatever.
Right, right.
Hundreds of them, hundreds of them. I was so fucked off. But then every other shirt that I had an option of, there was a million.
There was a
of them.
million of those as well.
How'd you stand out?
The Bohemians one with the Guinness sponsor as well. There must have been a few. of
A
them.
billion.
Yeah, yeah.
There was one that I had like it's a newish Celtic third kit,
Right.
Like a mint green with like a hologram logo type
yeah.
thing that nobody else was wearing. I was like, "Fuck, that was
was
an
the one.
option. That was an option." Fuck's sake.
You didn't go, did you?
I didn't go. No.
I went in my Israel shirt. No one else wearing it. I was fine.
You could have been used as a place to meet then. I'm standing next to the gangly cup with watery gay eyes in an Israel shirt.
Fuck, there was a bit I was talking about when I was mistakenly on Politics Joe, which is a good laugh. Actually, they're good.
It
laughs,
is a
but
good
it's
laugh.
just
Never
like,
read the comments. It's a good
Yeah,
laugh.
yeah,
you get your
yeah.
140 quid 6 months later and you just don't read the
It's
comments
all-
and you're
it's
fine.
all good.
Oh, no. What
And
were
I was
they giving
talking
you
about
stick
at one of the Palestine protests, there was basically, as there always is, like a few people like filter in and then suddenly whip out a massive Israel flag and everyone's like,
Right.
fuck's sakes, what, like, come on. And they basically got like taken out of the march and like put on a bus and like
Yeah.
shepherded away. And they were like, this is disgraceful. We have a right to counter protest. And the guy from the Met Police was like, look, it's just for everybody's safety. If there was a huge like Arsenal parade and
Yeah,
people showed up and started waving like a Spurs flag,
There's an away
they would of
pub.
course be like pulled
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of that so they don't get killed. And I was like, that's such a good point. I maybe wouldn't have used Spurs.
I'm just thinking of a cultural institution off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Tottenham Football Club, say, for example. I don't know.
Yeah, when you're in Golders
Yeah.
Green and you know.
Say some
Oh,
people were
mate,
big fans
have
of
you-
Ruben's Deli. I don't know.
Have you become aware of the number 310 bus? It's such a thrill. My girlfriend turns around and goes, "There's this new bus that's really helpful when I'm getting from here to here. Like it's really good, 310." I was like, "That's sick." And she was like, "Now this is weird. There's a lot of Jewish people on the bus." And I was like, "Well, how do you know?" And she's like, "Well, they're like
Oh, is that,
Orthodox
right.
Jewish people
Hasidic
on the
Jews.
bus." And I was like, "Well, where's the bus?" So I like Googled where it goes to and from, and it goes from Golders Green to Stamford Hill. And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's the Jew bus. That's the Jew bus." And then, like, we sort of like were jokingly calling it the Jew bus. It's like,
Right.
you probably shouldn't call it this. Googled it again. Sadiq Khan had announced to help the safety due to the rise of anti-Semitism, they'd put on a new bus route, the 310, so that they could commute safely between the two biggest
Wow.
Jewish communities in London. It is a Jew bus.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like a government prescribed Jew
Jew
bus.
bus.
It's unbelievable.
Did Sadiq
We should
call
get
it
like
that?
an Irish bus that goes from like Kilburn to Bethnal Green or wherever.
It's like I joke about the Israel shirt thing. I do. It's obviously such a difficult thing to talk about on a comedy podcast where we're trying to discuss MDotR. But I
We're trying to talk
we-
about serious things.
we had a thing at my daughter's school where they did, and this was like when it's heartbreaking, but I do think that like a lot of like Gaza and Palestine has almost fallen out of the news a little bit,
Mm.
and I think it's understandable that people have a kind of almost like trauma fatigue.
It's a compassion fatigue thing. You
But
can only
yeah,
care
but I
about
do
something
think the
for so
media
long.
has a responsibility to continue reporting when
For
people are fucking
sure.
dying,
For
right?
sure. Like 3 years into World War II, they're like, yeah, it's just
Yeah, but
it's
the
a drag,
Olympics
isn't
is
it?
on.
yeah, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Jesse Owens is doing so well.
Yeah.
But it-
Fred Perry's going to win Wimbledon again.
Yeah, but they're like when it was like at its hottest, when it was like Gaza was really in the news, and it was like fucking hell, something has to be done, right? My daughter's school had International Day,
Right.
and it basically down our and it like I don't. It's a hard thing to discuss in this climate, but like I think you have to be careful that there's an awful lot of Israeli people who are not in favour of what the IDF
For
is
sure, I
doing,
have
who are not in
friends
favour
who
of
I like met at
Netanyahu.
uni who are
And-
like
and-
at
and-
protests have been arrested
Yeah, yeah,
in Tel
And
Aviv.
I think you have to
and,
be
like, all
careful
this-
about, like, I think you can absolutely be anti the IDF, anti Netanyahu, anti the Israeli government, but also conscious that Israeli people, so many of them are not. And in the same way that, like, as British people, like, we weren't in favour of a lot of what we did in the Middle East during most of the noughties. You know,
And
which
we're
we-
not in favour of our current government currently like funding it or providing
yeah, yeah.
weapons
Exactly.
or providing parts. Like what?
But I do think there is a thing about like nationalism where you do have to be conscious of what your country currently stands for, specifically their government, when you're displaying your nationalism. Like I remember
For sure.
we had a thing like during the Black Lives Matter movement where my mate Kane, like I think you've met Kane, lovely guy, and we were going to a Black Lives Matter protest, and he was like, "I'm gonna wear an England shirt." And I was like, oh, I don't know. He was like, no. He was like, we have to show that they're a part of our national pride is being proud of
Multiculturalism.
multiculturalism.
Yeah.
And like people from other cultures have to see this shirt as being an ally to them.
Like
something-
fascists don't own England shirts. They don't
100%.
own the England
and,
flag.
and I was like, I completely agree with you, Kane, but you're a bald man with the word riot tattooed on your head.
That's
you have to be a little
fucking
bit careful. And
wild.
I genuinely, on the day, I had a thing where I borrowed like a proper like nice stone island off one of my neighbours, and I didn't realise this kind of, like statue protector stuff was happening. And genuinely, I was meeting my mate Matt there. His phone was dying, and I was like, "Where do you want to meet?" And we didn't know the statue protector thing was happening. He was like, "Nelson Mandela statue by Trafalgar Square. Let's meet there." I turned up there with a stone island. Kane in an
You've been
English shirt with the word riot on it.
welcomed in, arm around
But
the shoulder.
you have to be conscious of how you display. And like, so similarly, there was an International Day at my daughter's school, and like the school will have to be like, yeah, all of
Could
we're
be
in
any
North
country
London,
in the world.
any country in the world, but you kind of think like, but some of them will be quieter than others. Fucking stall, Israel flag, pumping out the music through a Bluetooth speaker, and you like, I don't know, you're just sort of like, oh, like
It's a lot. Did they have a Russia one? That's always the question. Did they have a Russia
Yeah,
one?
that's true.
No, but this is the thing. There aren't loads of Russians in North London. Do you know what I mean?
Surely with your hair transplant.
They own loads of property there. They just don't fucking live in
They're
it.
not
That's the
there,
annoying
yeah,
thing about
they're-
those cunts.
Their kids aren't there.
They're visiting Salisbury, yeah. But so you could have staffed the Russian store with your hair looking like that.
I know.
Those
Well,
tattoos?
I mean, yeah. Again, right now, I have to be very careful of what shirts I wear. Like, I do not look like an ally with a fade that is.
What
this
were the
high.
kids required to do on the day? Were they required to dress up? Or?
Well, it's like the idea is everyone just sort of goes and like represents their kind of.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're.
Pressure off the Dutch lads in blackface for a bit. They're all right.
yeah, straight in.
It's actually like a really nice thing. It does, I guess, as the son of an Irish woman going out with a very quiet British man, as my parents are. It does make you think like I am a cultureless person. Like
Right.
what is my culture? What like podcast?
Yeah.
I guess. Do you know what I mean? And it's so I look at you as someone who is proudly Irish, and when like.
And when
last...
it's a sport that Italy are good at, I'm very proudly Italian.
But you've got so much.
When it's about food, then you're an Italian guy.
But to come back
When
to
the
topic,
rugby's on, I'm Irish.
yeah.
When the football's on, depending on the year, I'm Italian.
You're Italian, yeah. And if that's not easy to follow, I don't know what is.
But I look at MDotR and I go, you know what, mate? Like, when your culture is as vacuous as it must be, as a man from the Isle of Sheppey,
Yes.
like who grew up in multicultural Lewisham, looking
Yeah.
around at all these people, all their flags, all their culture, like fair enough for just fucking grabbing one.
I agree, but I find
and,
this.
and as we say, appreciating, apologise rather than appropriating.
Yes,
Continue.
appreciation.
What
But
I will say,
what I do think though is like Irishness particularly is something that people like to claim, right? Like
Nowadays, very trendy.
Yeah.
And then post Brexit, there was the whole like everybody nabbing an Irish passport.
exactly, yeah.
thing.
Everyone in my French group.
People
go,
get
"Oh."
very angry at me if I say like oh, you're not really Irish, if they're like English or whatever. And it's only like messing or like it's fine. But,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I get people that like I have cousins who are two Irish parents but grew up in England, and it's just like
They're getting shit as well.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
shit from all sides
Yeah, yeah.
basically. And it's
They're not Irish enough.
if
It's
a dog's
not
born in a
ideal.
barn, it don't make it a horse, does it?
Wow.
I don't know
yeah.
what that means. I honestly don't know what that means.
Probably
I,
something the
I
National Front
heard.
would say.
That's Constantine Kissin talking about Sadiq Khan.
No, that is the other way around, isn't it? So I genuinely got that completely wrong.
What?
No, you got it right. You got the
got it right.
phrase right.
No,
you
but
got the
it's not a
racist
nice
phrase,
You got
right?
the racism
I thought,
right.
no, sorry, I thought that was a nice phrase. I thought
No,
that meant
no, it's not.
if you are something,
No, it's something that Constantine Kissin would say about Raheem Sterling or something like that.
That's, no, but he had somebody on who was like, oh yes, like he said,
He
Rishi
challenged-
Sunak's British.
Yes. It was.
And-
it was-
Oh yeah.
Kissin was
we
like,
talked about
no,
that, yeah.
he's not. And it's like,
What?
are you doing this?
Yeah. The other guy.
Are you actually doing this?
The other guy was like one of the editors of The Spectator, I think.
Yeah, it's fucking mad.
Right wing
It's
paper to
fucking
hit.
mad.
And even he's like, I mean, he's the fucking Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, man. What do you want? What do you want him
Yeah.
to fucking do? He grew up in Hampshire. He speaks like the poshest cunt you've ever met, and he's literally the Prime Minister of the UK. How much more do you want Rishi to do?
Yeah, I know, man. I think there was just enough people being like, Constantine Kissin to just shit himself live on TV to be
Yeah.
like, for me to be like, oh, okay. But the other part of me is like, that he even felt emboldened enough to just be like, yeah, I'm just going to do some ethno-nationalism on the podcast. Like, that is fucking scary shit, man. That is mad.
those two
When
are
I
freaks.
used that phrase, genuinely didn't know what it meant, and I was thinking about dogs and horses. No, do you know what?
As is your
The
democratic
only time
right.
I've actually heard that phrase used out loud is Jack Wilshere dropped it.
What?
Did he?
Yeah, they in an interview
About who?
Mikel Arteta. Because Mikel Arteta had lived in England long enough. You know, like every now and then a footballer is in the United Kingdom long enough, they can get an English passport.
Right.
And so there was a thing where they were like, what do you think of Arteta playing for the England team? And he was like, well, if a dog's born in a barn, it doesn't make it a horse.
Wow.
Well, also, nobody's claiming that Mikel Arteta was fucking born in England.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it just
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
apply
I know.
whatsoever.
Jack Wilshere there, central midfielder and Britain front candidate for Stevenage.
So
that is the
funny.
problem. When a Stevenage man was out of work as long as Jack Wilshere was injured, they do often go reform.
There's got to be someone they need to blame.
Do you ever feel bad for like I was talking to the guy Ed on Politics Joe because he's like a progressive guy, you know, like journalist, like
Yeah.
political guy, but his like he just grew up a Rangers fan. And I'm like,
Right.
that's such a nightmare.
Yeah.
To be like an ostensibly, like, it'd be like you're just born into,
Yeah.
fuck, I have to support the
I have to support
racism
these
team.
guys.
I have to boo them anytime they take the knee.
I think you do just have to change. I think.
But in Glasgow, you just like, what are you going to be, a
No,
Partick
it's
Thistle
like-
fan?
Yeah, what are you gonna
Ugh.
do?
Yeah, I
They're
know, I know.
gay.
I don't want to be racist, but I do.
I'd rather be racist than gay.
Yeah,
I think we can all agree we'd rather be racist than gay.
I don't.
Pride Month's over.
I
There's
don't
the
want to be
episode
racist,
title.
but I want to compete in Europe. Do you know? I want a challenge for
You want a
trophies.
sniff of the Europa Conference
Yeah.
League, for the love of God.
But that's the hard bit. Is that like, I mean, whenever I go to Stevenage away games, like you hear stuff you just don't want to hear. Do you know what I mean? And you're like proudly associating yourself or being in this club, and it's a question of like, do I just fuck off and leave this, or do I try and like change the vibe
thing
around-
from
yeah.
within.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's ever going to really work. Me just in the away
I
end.
tried that. I tried to sort of get on board with like when I'd lived in England for maybe 5 years, something like that. It was the World Cup, and I was sort of like, I think I'm gonna try and like be like, go like, it's a nice bunch of lads.
Yep.
It was that one. What year would that have been? 2018.
The first one we were good. Yeah, the
World
the
Cup, and it was
semi-finals,
like-
the nice lads.
Nice bunch of
Gareth Southgate,
lads,
nice
you
boys,
know.
yeah.
Just I was like,
Waistcoats.
I can get on board
Yeah,
with this.
yeah.
I like these fellas. And I was on tour with a shit kids theatre production at the time, and we happened to be in Leeds. And I went to the O2 Academy. We're showing the game on the
Oh,
big
nice.
screen. It was fucking huge, like hundreds and hundreds of people there. And I was sort of there, like wearing a white t-shirt. I'm not wearing an England top. We were taking baby steps, basically. But I was like, I was wearing white.
It's like you've come out and you're just gradually like going to the gay club for the first time.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be wearing leather
Here for a
straight
few
away.
drinks. I just like the songs. I just like the songs.
I'll top first. I won't bottom. I'll
Yeah.
top first.
Yeah. I'm not.
Just listen to some
Yeah,
Scissor
it's that,
Sisters. See how it
that,
goes.
the quote from Legend of like, I give, I don't take. I'm not a puff. So I'm like there with like a few of my mates from Leeds and like good. Shout out Dan actually who listens to this podcast. Was there, and it was the Belgium game,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and I was just sort of around like vaguely cheering for England and being like, this is cool, this is nice, and then Belgium win, and in, amongst probably like 800 England fans, there are 12 Belgian fans
Yeah.
who've just been great crack all day,
Yeah.
like taking their lumps, and like when people have been like, fuck off, or when the goals went in, and it was like grand. And then when Belgium scored, like they just cheered amongst themselves. It wasn't like they did that, which I think is a very England fan thing.
Right.
It's not enough for England fans to win. Like the other team have to be reminded that they've lost. Like there's I think
Not
you know,
just England fans. I'll let you continue. But I've got a story. Yeah, but carry on.
English football fans, I think that is much more the case than other fans.
Oftentimes, England English football fans in away ends, rather than enjoying celebrating with each other, will run to the nearest place, and start doing the wank sign.
And I'm just like, my joy when I've watched football or any sport is just entirely like,
Yeah. Hug my mate. Yeah.
sorry for your loss. Yeah, this is class. And that was very much the Belgian fans, and probably because just like strength in numbers, they were just celebrating like very inwardly in a
Right.
sort of circle thing. And then as soon as the game finished, Belgian fans celebrating, and then all the England fans, not all of them, but like they start like fucking screaming at them,
Oh my God.
throwing pints of piss at
Oh
them.
my God.
Like all this mad shit. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then it all kind of calmed down a bit. And I just went over to like the Belgian lads and was like, lads, just like, you've been great crack all day. Like, great to like, fair play for coming to this insane place to watch a
Yeah,
football
yeah.
game. Like, you know, just nice to meet you. Can I get you a drink or whatever? And I was just sort of chatting to them. And this guy who I imagine, like, I think probably looked similar to your mate Dave, sort of walks over to me and goes like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, just because I was wearing white. But I was like, what? And he was like, he just fucking beat us. And I was like, right, yeah, but they've been like good, you know, just good crack all day or whatever. And he spits on me. And I was like, well, I'm not supporting England again. I'm out. So I went home inventing Belgium football chants that don't exist. We were walking through the streets of Leeds going, we love you waffles. We do.
He learned
We love you
Flemish.
waffles.
He done it all.
Chocolate's coming
Just
home.
imagine
all that stuff.
wiping the spit off. You going, do I want to change this culture from within? Like,
Yeah.
There's only so much one
oh,
man
mate,
can
that's
do.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so grim. And I know it's not all England fans, but I was just like, I tried.
Yeah.
I tried. Goodbye.
I
And
think that's
then-
like a sign from God, actually. You were on the fence, you were wavering, and it's like, look, it's not worth the hassle, mate. Don't
And
bother.
now to me, that's the tournament where England like lost more games than anybody else? Didn't they lose to Belgium like twice? Because they lost the third place playoff as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
We
They lost
basically-
the most games
We
in that
basically scored about
tournament.
5 goals in the whole tournament. Somehow got to the semi-final.
Classic Southgate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
classic
oh, it was.
Southgate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like grim, boring, no structure. The football was no better than it's ever been before. But because he kind of behaved like a backbench Labour MP, and in a sort of world of populism, it's like he's a kind of nice
Not
guy.
even
isn't he?
backbench. I
Yeah,
think
nice guy.
mid. He's still like mid bench because he's not rebellious enough to be like a Corbyn-esque
No,
backbencher.
no, yeah.
He's just sort of like not entirely front,
Yeah.
but he's just like kind of towing the
Like a
party line.
junior
for the
kind of
most
Andy
minister.
part.
Burnham. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Junior minister in the Department
he's
for
gonna
Rural
DJ
Affairs.
tea in the park. Like,
Yeah.
I had a story where I was going to try it. Like, I do think I don't know, the tribalism of football kind of pulls you in different directions. It's hard because it's like I think nationalism can be a good thing.
Yeah.
I think people should have national pride, and I think the way you should do it is by accepting everyone having national pride. But then like. My life has pulled me away from spaces where nationalism was rife and into spaces where it's much more discreet and apologetic and always social. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I was in Tottenham watching the Euros final last summer, and it's like at the bar that I don't really own, but I'm kind of a part of, and it's like part of the barbershop,
Mhm.
and you know, it's in this kind of creative community in Tottenham, amongst the warehouses. There's artists, there's tattoo artists, there's
Soon to be a podcast studio.
Oh yeah, oh god, yeah.
We're
yeah,
about to
yeah,
move
yeah,
in.
Yeah. You guys are
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
moving
yeah.
up
Oh,
there,
you
aren't
going in
you?
there?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
literally
yeah.
are
Great.
moving up there. Yeah, it's that, and it's like, you know, we're watching it in the bar, and it's very like there's people from all over the place in there, but we're there as England fans, and I'm watching England lose to Spain, and there's just this like girl in like, you know, full Spain gear. And as Spain are beating us, she's like literally pointing at us and laughing in our faces. And because she's on her own, she's got like, you know how like people. It's hard not to sound like a fucking England fan who would spit on Vittorio now, but like, you know how people from other countries
You
like
spit
to
on
have.
the Spanish lady.
Well, no, but you know how people from other
Yeah,
countries.
it's hard not to sound like that because I did spit on that.
Well, no,
lady.
but like people from other countries, they do like to have loud FaceTime calls in public.
Yeah.
I think that is a generalisation that is fair
Yeah.
to. So she's
I
got.
don't know why that annoys me more than someone just having a loud conversation, but it really fucking
yeah, it
does.
fucks me off. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
it's
two
also
people were talking, I wouldn't be that annoyed.
Oh,
about it.
mate.
Why
Only
is the
one end of it.
FaceTime?
I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. And I, as I say, I love living in multicultural London. I love that my daughter's grown up in a place where there's a lot of other cultures.
We all
but
like
when,
tapas.
but when they're loud on the bus, yeah, and the amount of times you'll see,
No matter
and
who you are,
fuck,
if you're
it-
loud in the
like
bus,
it
yeah.
doesn't matter. I've just never seen anyone from any other country will do this, and they'll be on the bus and they'll be FaceTime someone. The other person is always in bed.
In bed.
In bed,
So
every
in bed.
fucking time. It's just a head on a pillow, and it's every time it's what are you doing? They're on the fucking bus. They're on the bus. So end the call every time. What are you up to? What? Huh? What? Huh? What? What are you up to? I'm on the bus. Then get off the fucking call.
Yeah.
Wait till they get home. But this girl, we were in this bar, and it's all, oh well, you know, yeah, well, it'd be nice if England won, but we all just love each other, don't we? And she's like, ha 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 ha.
Ja, 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 ja,
Yeah,
ja, ja.
Spanish guy in bed on the phone. I mean, it was the afternoon.
She's
of
like
course he's
turning
in
her
fucking
on.
bed. Yeah. And I genuinely said to Mo, a man born of Somalian like heritage, I was like, please, can we kick her out? Can we not just be
Crazy,
England fans
yeah.
for a minute? Can we
Yeah.
not just tattoo riot on our heads and be the fucking statue defenders for kick her out, and then we could go back to being fucking fannies about it and loving each other. But for a moment,
Yeah,
can we all
yeah.
just, Mo, do you want to be as English as you'll ever be and just kick a fucking Spaniard out while they're being loud?
This FaceTime
Please?
call is a bridge too far. Yeah, I will tolerate being laughed at, but I will not tolerate being laughed at while someone's having a FaceTime call without headphones as well.
Yes,
It's the
that
greatest
is-
indignity that you can
It's
ever
a bridge
have.
too far.
It's way too far.
I mean, we spoke about MDotR for about 9 minutes. Is there anything else we need to say?
we've watched one clip.
He revealed to us when he was at the studio that he was on OnlyFans.
Wow.
He had just started it, or was like it was about to launch when we did the record.
Doing sex stuff or doing
Fucking
Fucking.
like, because apparently he has this massive cock.
He has a massive schlong.
Apparently it's like legit. The things that he raps about, that he has just like this enormous.
Wow, the
cock.
pussy is indeed turning red.
Yeah, and I remember me, Finn, and Horatio having spent weeks, months researching this guy and like writing jokes about him, and he arrives and after the record is like, "Oh yeah, I'm starting OnlyFans," and we're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No.
You can't
just
do
denied
that
me
to
a
us.
great pleasure.
We spent a lot of money on this,
Yeah.
and you fucked us.
Yeah. you
Put this on
We're the
OnlyFans. Put this on OnlyFans
We're the
because you
first
fucked
person.
us.
You will never make a pussy. Oh my god.
Also, my tour's just gone on sale, so I'm so I'm magnetized towards my phone because
Yeah.
venues. Can we do this on the podcast? Venues. How are you so bad at putting shows on sale when that's all you have to do ever? Is just put a show on sale, and
Make
then
sure the link's right, ideally.
yeah,
Make the link
and
right.
just put it out on the
Tell
same
us how
day.
many we've fucking sold.
And the
Hot
same
Water
day
took
as everything
like
else.
2 weeks to give us a count.
Well,
Like,
I'm a big fan of Hot Water Comedy
Yeah,
Club,
let's
and
get
I
into
think
that.
they are
No.
doing their very best. I just think, like, for the love of God, just put the show on sale at the same time as everybody else. And they're like, well, actually, we put shows on sale on
Right.
the third Tuesday of
Yeah,
every
yeah.
month. And I'm like, well, don't.
Yeah. My one
yeah,
needs to
yeah.
go on
Don't.
sale at a different time.
Yeah.
At the time
Along
the
with
other ones
every
are
other venue in the
But
country,
this is-
you dumb bitch.
So some. And we'll come back in now.
Would you want to leave that in?
Leave it in.
Yeah,
I don't fucking care.
I don't care. I mean, yeah, not everyone loves MDotR. He now, and it is like, I don't get why people hate him. He's made all of us laugh for so long, and he's been a
Laugh,
fucking good.
And the
sport.
tunes are danceable.
My son danced to them
Yeah.
on Christmas Day.
And that's pure.
Yeah.
That's pure.
Yeah, that's that. He's not trying to be part of a subculture.
No.
He knows a good tune
It's
when
that
he
thing
hears
of
one.
like babies aren't born racist, but also they're not born with an awareness of racial
Rhythm.
dynamics.
Oh right, really?
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like he unabashedly gets it. It's
Yeah.
good.
That-
It's-
that
He
is-
gets that the vibes are very Irie.
It's a
He
fat
understands
beat.
that.
Yeah,
he just-
yeah.
he just
My,
knows.
it is true that kids don't understand that, and it's like a kind of like it's they will just describe things. I've noticed, like my yeah, I'll say it. My daughter, there's like a black guy down the park who I know. And like Lua plays with his son and blah blah blah. And Lua was like, Michael's dad was there today. My daughter said that about this guy, and I was like, yeah. And really loudly she goes, he's got a black head.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
His body, his skin is darker than
Yeah.
ours. He's got a black head.
Yeah.
We're in Morrison's, and she's just shouting.
She's going to be like one of those people on like American campuses that get really into skull sizes or whatever. Sat there at a little bench.
Phrenology.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
gonna get into weird racial.
I was saying to-
stuff.
Rachel Sykes just sat there with a thing. People have got black heads. Debate me. Prove me I'm wrong.
I was so
Yeah.
tempted. I was so tempted to do the Stuart Lee joke there and be like, she's 15. We're really worried.
yeah.
But
Everyone's turned on MDotR. He's
why?
touring.
Why?
What is it, everyone? So do we know what? Because this is a clip. Should we watch the clip
Yeah,
and
let's
then
watch this
discuss
clip.
the clip?
So after the heady days of MDotR on Finn versus the Internet, loads of love after that, hundreds of thousands of views. More recently, this is what's been happening to MDotR. So here he is at a festival, and we'll narrate it for people listening. So he's thrusting.
He's sort of showing them the big cock.
showing
It seems
the big
like quite a
cock.
big festival.
It does, and people start chucking tomatoes and eggs at him.
He's shouting, suck your mother.
Where?
And he's throwing him back.
Where at a festival do you get tomatoes and eggs?
I was going to say that
This is it,
feels
you're
like a
bringing them in.
pre-planned protest.
You're bringing
to
them
me.
in. Nowhere. Like, unless you've travelled, unless that was Glastonbury and you've travelled to like the fucking, the Green Ghost Grocer stage. I don't know if they have that shit at Glastonbury, but I imagine that's
Just
big
DJ
enough.
by Greg Wallace.
Yeah.
No pants.
Yeah,
Autism. Fuck you.
pants on his head.
Pants on his head. Yeah.
I think that maybe unless it's some kind of like Alex James Blur country bumpkin festival, there could be a farmer's market there, but I don't know that actually those guys do kind of like a bit of ragga, don't they? They like to skank.
The white lady with dreadlocks. The white lady with dreadlocks has a very different vibe to the white man with dreadlocks.
I would agree with that. Yeah, there's a chart like in the mortgage Venn diagram. She could have a mortgage still. I
Yeah.
think those aren't
She-
two
yeah.
entirely separate circles.
I think maybe like a divorcee with white lady with
Oh, no,
dreadlocks
she's
is
into
probably quite
crystals.
common, like ex-husband hedge fund guy.
yes.
She just sort of
No. Now she goes to Rishikesh in India twice a year.
yeah, big
Lots of
Etsy
yoga.
shop vibes.
Yeah.
Etsy shop.
She's
yeah.
selling etchings. She's selling a lot of
Learning to do
etchings.
Reiki.
Yeah.
Learning to do Reiki. It's like you don't have to learn.
It's
Do you know-
made up.
There's nothing to learn. Yeah. Do you know what? if I hold my hand above your leg and I haven't learned how to do Reiki, it has the exact same effect as if I had learned to do Reiki.
I think
I've
doing
had
it with that
mates who
face.
have done Reiki. I've had mates who've done Reiki, and they're like, "Mate, I really didn't believe it," and I'm like, "Right, but like you did,
Right.
because it worked, and that's why it worked, because you believe."
Because you went.
It's
You went
very,
you
very
Like, I was a skeptic, and like I have met you.
not a skeptic enough not to go.
I've met you, and you have crystals in your house. So,
yeah.
So you're not. What about that?
yeah. That argument doesn't really wash, does it? That one.
As someone who's met MDotR, seen him suffering in those circumstances, do you feel level?
That's sad. Like, I just don't know what your big fucking problem is with it, because he's so upfront about who he is and what he is, and he's like, I love the culture, I have massive respect for the culture.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming that I invented any of this. I just like this music, and this music works with this accent. The one thing you can maybe get him on is the accent, but he's just like, it sounds better in this accent, and I grew up around people that spoke like that. There we go.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's not Jamaicans doing that. It's not people from that culture saying, fuck you, you're
No, not
doing
at
our
all.
thing, you've monetized our thing, and we don't like that you've taken that from us. I mean, if it was, they'd shoot him. But it, like, you know, they're not, like, this is much more bumpkin behaviour than Kingston gangster
Well, I think
behaviour.
it kind of circles back around to Vittorio's point at the beginning of the episode. It's not often the people. It's not the Mexicans in LA that are having a go at the guy in the sombrero. It's the
No,
farmers market crowd.
Yeah.
It's not the people that the Scousers love the kid from Ohio who's wearing Monterex. Like
This is it.
they're into it. It's the white guilty people that don't like him.
Well, I don't even know if it's guilty, but I almost feel like they're jealous of him. He's having a great laugh.
And he has pride in something. It's what you said earlier. This national pride thing's crazy. There's a great play. Fuck me. There's a great play called Jerusalem by Jazz Butterworth.
Yeah.
And Mark Rylance did it like fucking 20 years ago, and then did it again recently. And he plays this character called Rooster, and it's all about this sort of like, it's in the Southwest, set like near Bristol, and it's all about this like old-fashioned English storytelling. At the end of the play, he's just hammering this drum, naming areas in England, and you can feel the whole crowd be like, fucking yes.
And that's at the
But
National Theatre.
we never get to be proud of being
Exactly.
English.
Yeah.
But he never says England. He like it's all about specific regions, because you can be proud to be from Yorkshire, you can be proud to be from Lancashire, you can be proud to be from fucking, Cornwall, all these places, and they're all just like fucking. I felt the same watching Operation Mincemeat, because that's the one thing you guys are allowed to be proud of is
The
the
war.
World War II.
Well, a very
right.
specific part of the war.
Yeah,
where,
where you
yeah,
dropped a homeless man's body from a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a cool-
the story about.
That's a
I
cool,
know,
yeah,
that's- I've
it's a
read the
cool
book, yeah.
thing to have done. It's
That
a
is
cool
so
thing
sick.
to have done. It's
Also, sick that it was like the really upper class guys who were just sat around in the office back in London going, we could get a dead homeless man. That's what we could do. We could drop that cunt out of a plane, drop him, and
Yeah.
leave him in the ocean. Like,
even then it-
dead Hobo a passport. Immediately.
yeah, it is still a bit
And it was
ugly,
a fucking
actually.
blue passport, all right?
yeah. When men were men, when dead homeless men were men. Yeah, I think if we've learned one thing from our examination of MDotR, we can respect his appreciation and love for such a beautiful culture.
You can be proud of where you're from.
Yeah.
And if you're not, just make up somewhere else. If not, just say you're from somewhere else. Rastafari, no surrender. Rastafari, no regret. Thanks for listening, everyone. And if you like, Vittorio's fucking amazing comedian. Listen
You're going on tour, right?
My
Yeah.
tour has literally just gone
It's
on
happening
sale
now.
all around Ireland and the UK.
Depending on whether we choose to leave that bit in, you'll have heard about some of Vittorio's frustrations with the people that
I
put those
think
links
keep it
live.
in. I think definitely keep it in. Fuck people that work in council venues. They are all useless. It's crazy.
When is the tour? Next year?
Tour, starts in January 2026. We're up at the Fringe this August coming, and then the tour starts properly January 2026. All around the UK and Ireland. The London show's at Hammersmith Apollo, which is going to be fucking crazy.
That's sick.
I've got all mad shit in the show. I've got a band. It's very silly. It's a very silly end to a show.
Band in Edinburgh as well.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, I'm
shitting
going
money.
the fuck-
Man.
going
I'm
the whole-
shitting money on this show. I am hemorrhaging stuff. And listen to Mike and Vittorio's Guide to Parenting
Yes.
as well. That's the podcast.
We've had Mike on. Very
I've had
funny.
wonderful. Yeah, I've had Mike on. Mike's having a. You want to listen to that podcast in the next couple of weeks, even more so than usual, because we've had a sneak preview
We did a
of the,
prank
the
on
mental
Mike.
hell that Mike Rice is currently going through.
You got to be careful with that man. He's on the edge already.
Yeah,
What
But
you
it
have to
makes
pull
the
this
podcast
episode.
good. All of the best episodes are from when Mike is on the edge of suicide.
Oh yeah. And I would also say that Jake's mental health, if it's on the blink, like when I've said that,
I think that's where this ends up. Me and Mike doing a podcast from Broadmoor together.
when I say the Yardies would have shot MDotR rather than throw fruit at him, or when I mention my Israel shirt that I wore to the Fontaines gig, that's
Yeah.
when you can see Jake starting to morph into Mike
Glazing
Rice
over.
as you look before him.
Wonder what Mike's up to.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.